Mayong hapon, kumusta sa'yo? So, you have your passport. You're now thinking about leaving the West and moving to the Philippines for some island life. But where do you go? Well, that's a tricky question. Why? Because there's 7,641 islands here. That being said, I would say come over, find a place to stay, uh, you get a 6 month to a year uh, lease, and then start traveling from island to island to see which island that you want to stay in. Because every island has its own culture, has its own feel to it. If you want the city life, maybe Cebu or Manila. If you want the beach life, maybe Palawan, maybe again Cebu or some of Bohol or some of the other places. It depends on what you want in the lifestyle and how much you want to spend on it. Uh, the farther out in the province, it is cheaper to live. The closer to the city, especially the big high rises, it is more expensive to live. So, all of these things you have to take in consideration. So, like I said, I would come over, find a place to start, maybe 6 months at least, and up to a year, and just make that your base place to stay and start island hopping, going place to place. I mean, here in Cebu, it's nice and centralized where it's easier to reach some of the other islands. Bohol is only 2 hours away, I think, by boat. Uh, you have Bantayan Island north of us. You got Siquijor. You got uh, so many other little islands all around Cebu. So it's nice and centralized. And Cebu's not a small place in itself. If it's about from top to bottom around 8 hours, I think, to drive if you drove straight through. So that's about the size of Florida, going from north to south. So I'm partial to Cebu now. I've stayed in Manila, I've stayed in Mindoro, I've stayed in different areas of the Philippines, but who knows? Again, there's 7,641 islands to travel, to go explore. You might find a place that's off the beaten path that might interest you, that really speaks to your soul. You find good people every place. Although the farther out into the province you go, the uh, the harder it is for to not speak the local dialect. So as you come and live or stay here, start to pick up the local dialect, whether it's Visaya or Tagalog or Ilocano or whatever dialect. There's so many dialects. Even on each island, there's a little bit of variation, you know. So these are a few tips today about coming over and living the island life. So think about these things as you plan your trip. If it's your first time, like I said, possibly go to like here in Cebu. Uh, my apartment is about $120 a month, and I've seen houses and I've stayed in houses that are $200 a month that are 3 bedroom, 2 bath. So you can look at those places. You can look at, I've got friends that are staying in condos that are 1,000 to $2,000 a month. It depends on your budget and what you feel comfortable doing and where you want to go, what you want to do. So feel free to ask in the comments any questions. Come up to my lives, ask questions. I'm here to help you guys answer these type of questions as you're planning to go to the Philippines. This is a beautiful country, and if one day you want to go to another country, you got Thailand that's 3 hours outside of the Philippines. You got Japan that's about 3 to 4 hour flight from the Philippines. You know, Singapore about the same. So the Philippines in itself is centralized to the rest of Asia. So think about these things as you plan, and I will see you guys in the next video.